the simplest expression. Smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. An upturn of the mouth. A brightening of the eyes. So easy. Making this the house with the best snacks. Kidless for the night. Like you're 20 again. A smile lights it up. Understands it all. Apologizes. Makes everything okay. And welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people
How's your day going?
is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Getting the right nutrition is essential to achieving and maintaining good health. Yet accessing balanced meals that also support health challenges and fulfill personal tastes is not always as easy as it should be. At Mom's Meals, our passion is to provide nourishment and deliver wholesome meals to the homes of those who need better nutrition to support their health and wellness, no matter where they live. It's the reason we've built our business from our own personal roots, caring for our clients as we do our own family and loved ones. Our menus are designed by professional chefs and registered dietitians to taste great and support the nutritional needs of common health conditions. Clients get to choose every meal, every order. Meals are delivered to any address, no matter how remote. Simply place your order, receive your delivery, heat, and enjoy. To learn more or view the wide variety of refrigerated meals available, visit momsmeals.com.
Hello, welcome to our series, Iowa Stops Hunger. My name is Michael Moraine. I'm the editor of DSM Magazine. In 2020, Business Publications Corporation launched this series to raise awareness about food insecurity right here in Iowa and spread the word about some of the resources and organizations that are available to help feed Iowans across the state. We also hope that these stories will inspire viewers like you to pitch in and help the cause however you can. This new video series is presented by Hy-Vee, support from Mom's Meals and the Principal Foundation, and it gives us an opportunity to share some of these stories and spotlight some of the people who are doing good work here, especially in Central Iowa, including our first guest, Katie McVey with Central Iowa Shelter and Services. Hello, Katie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. You are an urban farm manager. So tell us what you do.
So I work at Central Iowa Shelter, and I run their farm training program. So right now, typically in the summer months, we'll have anywhere from 10 to 15 people working for us. And during their time here, they learn how to plant different crops, harvest them, what to look for a healthy plant, how to amend the soil, so add like compost in, manage the greenhouse, make sure everything is running well in there. So just check lines for any clogs, clear them out if they need to, harvest in the greenhouse. And then we just added some shrimp in this year, less than 2 months ago.
Where is the facility?
So we're on 1420 Mulberry Street. The greenhouse and the raised beds are the greenhouse is right in the shelter courtyard, and the raised beds are right behind the shelter.
And what kinds of things do you grow?
So we have some peppers, Hungarian, jalapeno, bell peppers. We've got tomatoes, cucumbers, pumpkins, butternut squash, spaghetti squash, whole bunch of cucumbers. Inside the greenhouse, we've got some different herbs, lettuce, chard, the shrimp again, and we're eventually going to try some broccoli in the greenhouse too.
All right. I think it's interesting you're growing shrimp before broccoli. Broccoli seems easier to grow. How do you grow shrimp? What's the operation like?
So we have 4 different beds we're growing the shrimp in. We're raising saltwater shrimp. So It's basically like the stuff you'd buy in the store, except for rather than being however many weeks, months old and frozen, you get them fresh the day of. And so we get them, and when we get them, they're maybe a 1/4 inch long. They're just little tiny things. And within about 2 to 3 months, they'll be 5 inches long from like head to tail, along with being anywhere from 14 to 20 grams. So they grow pretty fast.
Have you tried them? Have you sampled the shrimp?
I have not gotten to yet. My boss has though, and she says they're delicious. She recommended trying them with like the shell on too, because the shell's like softer on them versus like the stuff you get frozen in the store where you got to take the shell off.
All right. When we're talking about food in Iowa, I wasn't initially thinking of shrimp, but there are solutions for all kinds of things. So what happens to the food that you produce? Where does it go?
So our raised beds are actually a community garden, so anyone that comes past can grab stuff off of them. We've got some fruit trees that are the same principle. Anything we harvest then goes to the kitchen if they need it there. If they're a little overwhelmed from us, we also sell it at the farmer's market. And then our greenhouse pretty much either goes to a farmer's market, kitchens in the area, or our personal kitchen on site.
And does the hydroponic operation allow you to grow year round?
Yes, it does. Yep.
I understand there's also a double benefit. You're not only producing food, but this is also a job training skills program. How does that work? Who comes in to do the work and learn the skills? Who do you work with?
So I work with a lot of residents or clients from the shelter, and they'll come out and they'll work with me for about 4 hours a day. During that 4 hours, they'll just learn anything you can think of related to plant care. And they get to work with me for 12 weeks. During that 12 weeks, they're also working with a job training coach. And so she's just helping them figure out resumes, cover letters, different jobs they can apply for, helping them apply as needed. And really the end goal of the training program is just to support them and give them that little bit of a boost up so they can go out and find their own job or work outside of here.
Do some of the folks, do they have experience farming or growing plants, or is this a new experience for most of them?
Some of them do have some experience. A lot of them have like landscaping experience, and that's their big thing. So they know they like to work outside, they know they like to get dirty, and they know they don't sit still well. And I am a pretty good program for that kind of person because, well, it's a very hard job to do without a lot of moving. But we do have some people come in with zero experience with plants, no gardening experience, none of that. We also have people who at one point in their life had their own gardens. We have people come through that have worked for farmers. We get kind of everything.
What does your favorite day look like? What's the best part about your job?
Watching them either graduate. So we consider graduation here either A, they find a job outside of the training program, or B, they complete the training program. And it's just watching them realize they've succeeded and moved on. Because once they get that job, it makes it easier for them to find housing and get out of the shelter and off of the streets, which is very, very important to sanity and everyone and their mental health. And so that's just a really big step forward for them.
That's great. I'm sure you have all kinds of success stories. Can you share one example of somebody who really went through the program and really developed?
So I just had a guy graduate last week. He had completed the full 12-week program, and then he was able to find a job in a kitchen following that. He had some prior experience with kitchen work, but he also had been able to communicate and teach others while working in the garden. He's going to help like run their food truck. Actually, he's working on our food truck. And then I had another guy come through my program, and he just needed some money to pay off his training to get his CDL back. And so he worked the 12 weeks. He got the money saved up. He was working through that program as he was coming through here. And he is literally just waiting back on a health check to go back to work. And Yeah, those are probably my two recent ones.
That is great. Tell us a little bit, you mentioned the food truck. Tell us a little bit more about that. Where can people find it, and do you have any recommendations?
So we started the food truck last summer. It's called Mulberry Farm and Food. We are currently taking it to 3 different farmers markets. Clarification really quick though, it is currently in the shop. They're hoping to get it out soon and get back on the road. But the 3 farmers markets we've taken it to are Valley Junction, Madison County, and Altoona. And I'm going to definitely recommend the tacos. They are delicious.
I will take your word for it. If people want to help and pitch in with Central Iowa Shelter and Services or the farm there, what ways can people pitch in and help?
So you can either A, buy our produce, or B, there are some volunteer opportunities both within the greenhouse and within the shelter. So you can come work with me in the greenhouse. You can work in the kitchen, help serve some food. You can help sort things in our clothing closet, help get the clothing closet open for the day, volunteer in our food pantry. So if you go on to centraliowa.org, there's a whole list of stuff you can volunteer under.
That is great. Thank you. And I want to tell our viewers, you can learn more about Katie's good work in the new edition of Iowa Stops Hunger. It's our special annual publication, as well as frequent regular stories in DSM Magazine and the Business Record. Right here in the latest issue, we took a look at the last 5 years of this Iowa Stops Hunger initiative. So we're so grateful, Katie, for you and your good work, and we are honored to help share your story. And viewers, thank you for tuning in. We encourage you to pitch in, and if you have questions or story ideas, let us know, and we will spread the word about folks like Katie who are really helping the community in lots of ways. So Katie, thank you very much. I'll let you get back to the farm and those shrimp and the broccoli coming up. So please keep in touch, and thank you for your good work.
Thank you.
This week's Hunger Insight is presented by Mom's Meals.
Even in a state known for abundance, 1 in 8 Iowans, about 385,000 people, faces food insecurity. And 12% of Iowa's population struggles to afford consistent access to nutritious food. The challenge doesn't stop at empty pantries. It touches nearly every county and every community in Iowa. For many, the question is not whether food exists, but whether it's within reach. Together, we can close the gap between abundance and access.